Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today for the how to become a pro makeup artist here on YouTube, I'm going to be doing a bridal makeup look, but this bridal makeup look is going to be all drugstore makeup. So I think if I wasn't doing YouTube, I think I would definitely do bridal makeup. I just love bridal makeup, it's one of my favorites. So let's get started. So I've already done my skincare off camera. I'm going to, you can refer back to the how to prep your skin video that I did for the how to become a pro makeup artist series, and I'll also have that video linked down below as well. We're gonna start to prime. Now, like I said, everything is going to be drugstore makeup. Primers from the drugstore is the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I love this primer. I do also like the one, just the regular poreless putty primer, and this one too. But I want to get that one again because I loved it. It was so nice. So I'm going to apply some of this to my fingers, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just press this into the T-zone and then spread it out with what is ever left on my hands. So normally for an everyday makeup look, I would not use a primer, but for like a special occasion, or even if you're doing a bridal makeup look, I would go ahead and use a primer. So once that is done, so especially for special occasions or even a bridal makeup look, I like to do kind of extra steps. I just like the way it looks when I do extra steps. So for an extra step, I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter before I go in with any foundation. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go in, instead of going in with the complexion first, I'm actually gonna go in with do the eyes first. I totally forgot about that. So a brow pencil that I'm kind of on the fence about. I don't know if I like it, and yeah, I just don't know if I like it. It's not my favorite drugstore brow pencil, but I do kind of like it. I don't know. It feels very waxy. So this is the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil in ash brown. I'm first going to actually brush up the brow hairs, and then I'm just going to fill in the brows. Yeah, I don't know about it. It's just too waxy for my liking. It might be a little bit too dark now for hair color. We can fix that later though. Oh, I totally forgot to say, so this video is going to be in two parts. So the first video is going to be drugstore makeup for a bridal look, and then the next video is going to be high-end high-end bridal makeup look. Now that I have that done, I'm going to brush through the brows again. Okay, so I like to do, even if I'm doing like a special occasion, or if I have a special occasion and blah. So when I'm doing this type of a makeup look, even if it's for a special occasion, or I'm doing someone else's makeup for a bridal look, I like to do extra steps. So just to make it like the best version of yourself. So I like to go in with another brow product. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in soft brown. And I'm going to just kind of place this where I have sparse areas in the brow. I like this because it really has like hair like strokes when you use this, and it's amazing. I love it. Then I do go back in and use a spoolie to brush through the brows. Do the same thing to the other brow. Okay, so the eye primer that I've been using pretty much all the time is actually a higher end eye primer, so I'm not going to use that for this video. I'm actually going to take my e.l.f. primer that we used, and this is one of my favorite brushes to apply any eye primer. This is the Anissa Beauty Eye Prime brush. It's specifically made for eye primer, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of the e.l.f. primer, and I just applied it to the back of my hand, and I'm going to just apply this to the lid. Okay, so I normally don't do this for an everyday look, but since this is a bridal makeup look, I'm going to do it. So after I used the eye primer, I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm going to take the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Actually, I did forget one item. I'm actually going to apply the concealer on the lids. This is in the shade, so tiny I can't see, oh my goodness, Fair Warm. I'm going to apply a tiny bit of that on both lids. And then another really great brush for the eyes and actually for the under eye is this brush also from Anissa Beauty. This is the angled concealer brush. I just like to blend the concealer with this brush. Okay, so I actually kind of go back and forth with the eyes and the brows. So now that that is done on the eyes, I'm going to take the concealer again and just apply some of it to the back of my hand. I'm going to take a concealer brush like this one. This is the Sigma F70 concealer brush. I'm going to carve the top of the brows. And again, it's just all about these extra steps. You know, right now I'm looking a little crazy. We'll fix it. I kind of like to go across the brow here as well, just to get everything even. Now we're gonna go with the same brush and just blend the concealer that we placed above the brow. There, now my brows look a little better. I really like how that turned out. Now to set the eyes, I'm actually going to take one of my favorite powders. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. So I'm going to take it almost out of it. It's not, I don't use it as much as my Huda Beauty now. So I'm going to take a small amount of it, and I'm going to use another Anissa Beauty brush. I absolutely love Anissa Beauty brushes. They're probably my favorite brushes to use, along with the Morphe Ariel and the Sigma brushes that I got. I really do like the Anissa Beauty brushes. I wish they would come out with more because they're so great. So for an eyeshadow look, I wanted to do an all matte makeup look, or all matte eye look for the drugstore bridal makeup. And then for the high-end bridal makeup look, I'm going to be doing a more shimmery, kind of more glam makeup look. This one is going to be a kind of like a everyday bridal type of a look. Also matte. So I'm going to go in with one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes from ColourPop. I love this. This is the ColourPop That's Taupe eyeshadow palette. Now first I'm going to go in with the shade Boa. I actually need to get my seconds. I'm just going to sweep this lightly in the crease first. So with any makeup look, I actually like to do my eyes first. That's just because it's become like I guess a habit for me to do my eyes first, to just let all of the skincare kind of sink into the skin. That's why I like to do the eyes first, because I normally do my skincare prep literally right before I do my makeup. So that shade is on. Now I'm going to go into, let's go to Python. I'm going to take my Sigma E70 medium angle shading brush. I'm going to place this along the lash line and out in the outer third. Okay, I'm going to go into another eyeshadow palette now. I'm going to go into the ColourPop Gone Matte eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take the shade, actually, I don't know. I don't know if I want to use Buttered Up or Teddy. I haven't tried Buttered Up yet, so I'm going to, no, you know what? We're going to use Teddy. To apply it, I'm going to take the Sigma E55 eye shading brush, and this is going to go on the lid and on my eyeball. Ow. Okay, next I'm going to go into an eyeliner. Now, I don't have a liquid black eyeliner. I do have a brown one. So this is the ColourPop BFF liquid liner in Grande. And what I'm going to do is I'm only going to apply it to, I'm not going to do a wing. So I have to kind of stop it right before it gets to the edge, and then take my pinky and kind of create a little tiny bit of a wing, not too much. So my other eye is super hard to do while I'm holding a handheld mirror, so I'm actually going to do it off camera and I'll be right back. That was quicker than I thought it was going to be. Wow. Okay, so what I like to do is actually like to, I need to clean this brush, so I'm just going to use that. What am I trying to say? I like to set the eyeliner if I'm using a liquid liner though. I'm going to take the color, is it Bedrock in the palette? Yeah, Bedrock. And just go right on top of the liquid liner. Okay, so I'm going to do mascara now. I'm going to first curl my lashes with my Shiseido lash curler. And for this look, I'm actually not going to use lashes. I normally would, but I'm going to use lashes for the high-end bridal makeup look. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. Then I'm actually going to comb through my lashes with my lash comb. And now we can move on to the complexion. So I'm actually going to do an extra step for the complexion. Sometimes I don't normally do this. I only do this when I am doing like an evening makeup look or a special occasion makeup look. And since we're doing a bridal makeup look today. So this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This is in the shade 2. Yeah, shade 2. I'm just going to apply this to the face like this. And then I'm just going to use a brush and blend this. That looks great. I could stop here, but I'm going to go an extra step, like I said, and being a little bit extra with my foundation today as well, because I just like doing it. So I'm going to take my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. This one is in the shade Fair 25. And I'm going to take the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint. So I'm going to mix the two, like I said. I have my little mixture here. I'm first going to kind of mix it in the back of my hand first. There's a lot. And I just like to start kind of stippling this to the face. I'm also going to take this down the neck a little bit. For concealer, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Concealer. This one is for fair skin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same brush that we used to carve out the top of the brows. And I'm going to apply this. Actually, first, before I do that, I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and just press the foundation. I like to do this extra step. The brush kind of did it, the majority of it for me. I just like to do this extra step for just longevity, really. Now I can go in and apply the color corrector under the eye. And I'm also going to apply this to any blemish. I use a Beauty Angled Concealer brush to blend in the concealer and also the concealer on the blemishes as well. Then I'm going to take my other concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm going to use this as my highlight concealer. So I'm going to place a little bit of this under the eye, on the bridge of the nose, the tip of the nose, Cupid's bow, and chin. But I'm also going to place some here. Now I'm going to take the same concealer brush that we've been using to blend. Now I'm going to take my foundation brush and just start stippling like where the foundation and the concealer meet, just so there's not any harsh edges. And I actually like to do kind of like sandwich makeup. So meaning I would do like all my creams and then setting powder and then setting spray and then setting powder. Like it's a lot. I'm going to take the Revolution Hydrate and Fix Radiance Makeup Fixing Spray. And then I actually like to use this now. I'm going to take my mini portable fan to dry the face. And then I actually do go in and press it as well with my foundation brush. Now we can go in to contouring. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. This is in the shade Tan Lines. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Morphe and Ariel brush number A58 and start warming up the complexion and contour as well. Okay, and again, I'm going to go back in and with the foundation brush to melt everything together. I was going to take a small brush. I'm going to try this one. I haven't tried like a smaller brush like this for a nose contour, so I'm going to take the same e.l.f. Putty Bronzer to contour the nose. Yeah, I like this so much better. Wow. This is literally a thin paintbrush. I absolutely love using it now. Whoa. And I'm going to take the pointy end of my Beauty Blender to blend the bronzer. I got interrupted by from doing my makeup. So I'm gonna go in again with the same setting spray, just a little bit further away. And with the fan as well. So I'm gonna take a liquid blush. I'm not a huge fan of liquid blush for me, for my skin type, but I mean, it still is great. So this is the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in Dusty Rose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small amount of this, and I'm going to take the Sigma Large Angled Contour Brush. This is the F40 brush. I'm going to take the blush and apply this to the apple of the cheek. So for this bridal makeup look, I'm not going to apply blush all over. Normally I would. I'm just going to apply it to the cheek just because I like the way that this looks just with the blush on the cheek. I'm going to do one last setting spray before we go into the second setting spray that we're going to use. Okay, for setting powder, I'm going to use the same one that we used to set the eyes. So I'm going to take my Beauty Blender powder puff here. I'm going to take this side to set the T-zone. So I'm gonna press it in the palm of my hand just to get rid of any excess and just to distribute the powder into the puff. I'm just going to place set the T-zone. Okay, then I'm gonna go in to a powder bronzer. Now this one is from ColourPop. This is the matte bronzer in Villa Beach. And I like to take a brush like this. This is the Morphe and Ariel brush number A21. And we are going to set the bronzer that we used. Now for a powder blush, I love to use the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. I'm going to tap off the excess and apply it to the cheek. I do like to also take the powder blush that I used and just slightly put it in the crease of the eye as well. Now we can go on to the lips. So I'm going to actually kind of start doing a lip liner. So this is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Soft Spoken. This is my trick for when you want to have fuller looking lips. So I'm going to overline the bottom lip, just the center, and then I'm just going to normally line the outside of the bottom lip. I'm going to do the same thing to the top. Now this is going to be a lot darker. My bad. Okay, so I'm going to take a lip brush, and I'm actually going to blend in the lip liner. Okay, so I'm going to take my liquid lipstick. I'm going to take, this is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lipstick in Self Starter. So last step, I'm going to take my Maybelline Make It Last setting spray for the finishing setting spray. Okay, that was it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and see you guys tomorrow for the high-end bridal makeup look.